Good evening. You're tuning in to AWANI tonight with me, Farhana Sheikh. Government MPs fully support the anti-party hopping bill ahead of tabling. And should Malaysians be concerned about monkeypox? That's coming up. No government MPs have opposed the highly anticipated anti-party hopping bill during an engagement session today. This signals that the bill is on track for tabling in Parliament this coming Wednesday.
Law Minister Datuk Sri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said a question on whether senators will be included in the bill was asked during the session, in which he replied that the Special Select Committee has decided it is only for the Dewan Rakyat members for now. He added that the bill would also be tabled along with the report from the committee. There would be two separate votes at the end of the debate. One will be a simple majority vote for the debate, and the other will be for the bill proper, that will require a two-thirds majority to be passed. The anti-party hopping bill is scheduled for tabling and debate in the Dewan Rakyat this Wednesday, and the winding up is set for Thursday if there are no outstanding issues.
The Anti-Sexual Harassment Tribunal will be up and running in a year's time, with tabling at Dewan Negara expected next month. This is according to the Women, Family and Community Development Minister, Datuk Sri Rina Harun. She also gave her assurance that the tribunal will resolve cases within 60 days after the first day of hearing. Rina added that members of the tribunal will consist of a president, a deputy and a minimum of 5 other members, all with judicial or legal experience. The Anti-Sexual Harassment Tribunal will be conducted behind closed doors to ensure privacy of complainants and to encourage more victims to come out. The Anti-Sexual Harassment Bill, which was proposed in 2011, was finally passed by the Dewan Rakyat by a majority voice on July 20th. Indonesia has urged Malaysia to sort out the placement of foreign workers immediately. The Republic's Presidential Staff Office says an immediate resolution of the problem will strengthen the workers' protection, while highlighting Indonesian workers' contributions to the development of Malaysia's economy.
Indonesia has imposed a temporary freeze on sending migrant workers to Malaysia due to an alleged breach in the MOU signed between both countries. The two nations are now looking to integrate their online systems into a single channel for the hiring of foreign workers. In Malaysia, up to 1.6 million Indonesian workers are placed in the plantation and manufacturing sectors or as domestic workers. The Republic's Presidential Staff Office also noted that a swift resolution of the problem involving workers' placement will increase opportunities for its people to work. According to Ankara News, remittances from Indonesian workers to Indonesia prior to the pandemic were around 13.3 billion ringgit a year.
The Health Ministry has reminded health facilities to be aware of the current monkeypox situation and to increase detection efforts among patients at risk. This after the World Health Organization declared monkeypox as a global health emergency, calling for public health measures to be stepped up. The MOH instructs all inbound travellers from countries that have reported cases of monkeypox to register and update their health status on the MySejahtera application. Based on their latest data, there have been 531,630 arrivals from countries that have reported cases of monkeypox from May 1st to July 23rd this year. So far, the 9 suspected monkeypox cases reported to the MOH have all tested negative. A surge in monkeypox infections have been reported since early May outside the West and Central African countries, where the disease has long been endemic. Globally, the disease has killed 5 people. With over 16,000 cases of monkeypox reported across 75 countries, should Malaysians be concerned of monkeypox? University Science Malaysia virologist Dr. Kumita Tevadas gives us the facts.
At the moment, there aren't a lot of, sort of global coordinated responses yet, but that probably will be set in place with this announcement. So just to give a quick background, at the moment we've had about 16,000 cases globally across 70 different countries, and there was an increase in the cases, about 80% of an increase in cases just from June to July. So that is a really, really huge number. We've also had a couple of deaths recently, which was pretty sad. And we've also seen cases in kids that we didn't see previously as well.
Dr. Kumita explained the symptoms of monkeypox and how it is transmitted.
You can have fever, muscle and back aches, swollen lymph nodes, but the most obvious symptom is actually rashes with blisters or lesions, particularly on the face, your palms, your soles, and in your genitalia region as well. But something that's a little concerning with monkeypox is that the incubation period is between 5 to 21 days, so that's quite a long period of time. And we don't know yet for sure if someone is infected and if they don't have symptoms yet, whether they are capable of transmitting it to others. In terms of how it's spread, it can primarily be spread through skin-to-skin contact. So this can be close contact, so respiratory droplets, or if you actually touch someone who has lesions on their skin, that's a very easy way for contact or transmission to happen. But it can also spread through indirect methods, such as if someone with lesions sits down on a couch, or they use towels, so linen surfaces that are infected, it's very, very easy to transmit the virus that way too.
Monkeypox is already present in our neighboring countries, with Thailand reporting its first case yesterday and Singapore already with 8 confirmed cases. Dr. Kumita recommends for the government and the general public to be wary of the disease and ways it can spread.
So we can, of course, start thinking a little bit about, is it worth looking into probably putting some sort of screening methods in countries which have recorded high number of cases. So right now, that's primarily in Europe. That's the epicenter of monkeypox cases right now, where about 80% of the cases have been recorded there. But of course, with certain countries as well, they have started vaccination. So, again, sort of learning from COVID, maybe, sort of putting those information together, we can come up with a way that would keep all Malaysians safe as well, at least when it comes to travel. As far as Malaysians, I think something that we can sort of help ourselves and our loved ones is if we do travel, or if we have been in contact with someone, or even if we just start seeing symptoms, even though we haven't been in close contact with someone who was infected with monkeypox, the best thing to do is to go see a physician straight away. We do have tests available for monkeypox, which is pretty similar to what was done with COVID. So that would be a very quick way to check to make sure that you're completely safe.
The proposed tobacco and smoking control bill's age limit for the ban on the sale of tobacco and vape products will be adjusted to those born after 2007. This is from the initially suggested limit of people born after 2005.
Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin said the decision would allow for additional time for the government to better implement the bill. The Cabinet gave the green light for the bill on July 14, with it to be tabled and put to a vote in the Dewan Rakyat this week. If the bill gets passed, Malaysia would become the first country in the world to ban smoking and prohibit the ownership of tobacco and vape products by those born after 2007.
Malaysia could soon be the first country in the world to pass into law a generational smoking ban. Tonight on Consider This, we ask our guests about the advantages of getting the smoking endgame right and the dangers of failing. We will go for a quick break. Stay with us.
Aiskrim cappuccino Nescafe Gold. Kenikmatan tak terkata.
COVID-19 memperlihatkan kepada kita betapa pantasnya adaptasi teknologi di kalangan PKS kita. Niaga AWANI dan Unified Business akan menyelami perjalanan kebangkitan semula PKS kita melalui segmen GWSME setiap Selasa dan Khamis untuk inspirasi anda.
Transformasikan perniagaan dengan Unified Business, rakan digital pilihan anda. Hubungi kami sekarang dan jimat sehingga 50%. Jom Unified Business.
Welcome back. Draupadi Murmu was sworn in as President of India today. She will be the second woman to occupy the top post and the first person from a tribal group to become president.
Murmu was elected by the Indian Parliament and state legislatures last week. She succeeds Ramnath Kovind, who held the position since 2017. The 64-year-old hails from the eastern state of Odisha and is a member of the Santal ethnic community, one of India's largest tribal groups. The two-time lawmaker started out as a teacher before entering politics. Murmu's supporters see her win as a breakthrough for her tribal community, which lacks healthcare and education facilities in remote villages.
Meanwhile, Myanmar has executed 4 opponents of the military government after they were accused of committing terror acts. It is believed to be the nation's first use of capital punishment in decades. All 4 men were charged under the counter-terrorism law, but there are no details on when the executions occurred. According to state media, those executed include a former lawmaker from ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi's party and a veteran pro-democracy activist. They were handed the death sentence in January and April following closed-door trials, which human rights groups have criticized as being non-transparent and unjust. The decision to carry out the executions has also drawn widespread international concern and protests. Myanmar's military overthrew Suu Kyi's elected government in February 2021 and received widespread criticism since taking office. Dozens in Japan have evacuated 2 towns in the southern island of Kyushu, where a volcano erupted. There have been no reports of injuries or damage so far. Located in the Kagoshima prefecture, the Sakurajima Volcano was seen spewing volcanic stones as far as 2.5 kilometers away. Officials raised the eruption alert to the highest level of 5. Advising residents in towns facing the volcano to leave their homes. Sakurajima is one of Japan's most active volcanoes, having erupted on several occasions in recent decades. It previously erupted in January, spewing clouds of ash kilometers into the air. That is all we have for you on AWANI tonight. I'm Farhana Sheikh. Thank you for watching.